Good morning, students. Today we will study what are the different effects of the refraction of light. I explained in last lecture that what is the refraction? When the light is passed from one optical medium to another optical medium, either it bent towards the normal when it passed from the rare to the denser medium, or it bent away from the normal if it passes from denser to the rare medium. So this is called the refraction of the light. Now in this video I am going to explain you what are the different effects of the refraction of light. So the first effect is the stick held obliquely and partially immersed in water appear to be bent at the water surface. Like when we place a stick in a water which is partially filled with water, and if we saw it from the other side, then what actually happened? Why it appear to be bent from the surface? It appeared that it is banded from this part where the water and the air actually at the surface of the water. So what happens actually? Suppose we are seeing the tip of the stick. The ray which is passes from the water into the air. What will happen about it? What will happen? What should be the changes in the ray? When it passes from the water into the air, it bent away from the normal like this. Okay, and I am making the two rays like this. Again it will bend away from the normal. So suppose we are looking it from here. So it will appear like this. It will appear that the tip of the merged pencil is here. So it means the stick is actually appear that it is banded from the surface. I am going to explain you with a large figure. Suppose this is water surface and we place a stick in the surface like this. Okay, this is the stick. Now what happened? The ray which passes from, suppose this is the tip of the stick, and the ray which passes from water, how we are able to see the different object? If the light is from that object falls on our eye, we can easily see that objects. It means if the ray of light is start from the tip of the pencil or the stick and it reaches our eyes, we are able to see the tip of the stick. So suppose this is a ray which passes from water into the air now. This is a water in a glass. Now since water is a denser medium as compared to the air, so what will happen? The ray will bend away from the normal like this. Again we can draw another ray like this. Again it will bend away from the normal. And suppose we are here, we are looking this tip from there, then what will happen if we join this ray, if we produce this ray in backward direction, so where they meet, where they appear to meet, will appear the tip of the pencil, stick like this. So it will appear that this is the tip of the stick. So this is due to the refraction of the light, where the light passes from the denser medium, that is water, into the air. So that's why it appeared that the stick is bent from the surface of the water. So this is one of the effect of the reflection of light. So you can explain it by making the figure like this. Now the another is an object placed under the water appear to be raised. If we place an object into the water, it appear to be raised. Like we are placing a coin here in the water, deep into the water. Suppose you can say that this is a stone in the deep water. Now what will happen? Suppose a ray start from this point, and again it will, when it passes from the water into the air, it will bend away from the normal like this. And one more ray, again it will bend away from the normal. And suppose we are here to look at this coin, stone. If we produce these rays in backward direction, so it will appear that this is the position of the stone. It will appear raised. the apparent height is less than its actual height. So it means this is called the when we see the object into the water, it will appear to be raised. This is another effect of the refraction of the light. Same as when a thick glass slab is placed over the some printed matter, the letter appear raised when the vertical from the top. If we see that from the top, if we place something like a glass slab on something printed on some letters, it appears to be raised like this, same as. So it is in place of water there will be a glass. So if this is a glass, again it will appear same thing will happen. The ray which is passes from the glass into the air will away from the normal, will appear to be away from the normal. Sorry, it will move away from the normal due to the refraction of the light, and the height of the printed alphabets will be appear to be raised. So these are the some effect of refraction of the light. Okay, now I am going to explain you the laws of refraction. So these are some effect of refraction of light. Now there are two laws about the refraction of light. If you are going to explain the laws, or if you are going to write the laws, first of all draw the image, draw the diagram for the refraction. So you will say this is the rare medium, this is the denser medium, and suppose the light is passes from rare into the denser medium, we know that it will bend from it will bend towards the normal like this. This is called the angle of incidence, this is called the angle of refraction. And what is the name of this ray? This is called the incident ray. Incident ray. This is the incident ray, and this is called the refracted ray. Refracted ray. Okay. And this is called the normal. Normal is actually the perpendicular at the point of incidence. This is the point of incidence where the light rays strike. So at this point, if you draw the imaginary perpendicular, this is called the normal. So the angle between the incident ray and the normal is called the angle of incidence. And the angle between the normal and the refracted ray is called the angle of refraction. So first of all, draw the diagram before writing the laws. Now the laws of refraction. So the first law of refraction is incident ray, refracted ray and normal lie on the same plane at the same point of incidence. You can write it in your notebook, and again I am telling you, the incident ray, the refracted ray and the normal lie on the same plane at the same point of incidence. This is the first law. And the second law is the sine of angle of incidence. The sine of angle of incidence, sine of angle of incidence upon the sine of angle of refraction. What is the sine here? Sine is the trigonometric ratio. We will study about it in mathematics. So the sine of angle of, in place of the sine you can write angle. The sine of angle of refraction is equal to a constant. It means sine I upon sine R is equal to a constant. Again, the second law is the sine of angle of incidence. The ratio of the sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is a constant. We can say that sine I upon sine R is equal to a constant. This is also called the Snell's law. Snell's law. This is the name of the scientist, Snell. So on his name, this law is Snell's law. So the sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction, the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is a constant. And this constant is also called refractive index. This is also called refractive index. Okay. So these are two laws about the refraction of light. So I am going to explain you one example. You have to write the laws of refraction with this diagram of refraction. So a simple numerical question of it is, a beam of light passes from air into the substance X. Again, you have to write the question in your notebook. A beam of light passes from air into the substance X. Okay? Light passes from air into the substance X. If the angle of incidence be 72, so I am writing angle I is equal to how much? 72 degree. And let the angle of refraction be 40 and angle R is equal to 40. Calculate the refractive index of the substance X. It is given that the value of sine 72 is equal to how much? 0.951, and the value of sine 40 is equal to 0.642. So calculate the refractive index of the substance. I explained you that refractive index is the angle, the ratio of the sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction. It's refractive index. So refractive index of the medium is sine I upon sine R. What is the value of sine I? 72 upon 40. It will be, sine 72 upon sine 40. And sine 72 is 0.951 and sine 42 is 0.642. So by calculating, you can find the refractive index of the medium. One more thing I want to tell you that, suppose this is the medium 1 and this is the medium 2. And a light just passes from medium 1 into the medium 2. So you will say that this is the I and this is R, angle of incidence, angle of refraction. So again, if you want to find the refractive index will be of medium 2, not medium 1. If you are writing sine I upon sine R, it means you are finding the refractive index of medium 2 with respect to 1, not of medium 1. For finding the refractive index of medium 2, you can use the formula sine I upon sine R. And if you want to find the refractive index of medium 1 with respect to 2, what will you do? You will write the sine R upon sine I. So it means you will use the angle of the medium in denominator of which you have to find the refractive index. आपको जिसका refractive index निकालना है, आप उसके एंगल को हमेशा डिनोमिनेटर में डालेंगे, तो आप निकाल सकते हैं उस मीडियम का refractive index. So few more thing about the refractive index I am going to explain you. You can write this numerical. Okay, few more thing about the refractive index. So one thing is, refractive index is the ratio of the sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction, and by finding the ratio you can find the refractive index of the second medium with respect to the first medium. Now one more relation of refractive index with speed of light. Suppose this is the medium 1 and this is the medium 2. And the light just passes from medium 1 to the 2, and suppose this is a rare medium and this one is the denser medium. So the light will be bent towards the normal like this. And suppose if the speed of light in the medium 1 is v1 and medium 2 is v2. So if you want to find the refractive index of this medium with respect to the 1, so you will say the refractive index of medium 2 with respect to 1. We also represent the refractive index by using the symbol n or nu. N to 1. N to 1 means the refractive index of 2 with respect to 1. So it will be the speed of light in medium 1 upon the speed of light in medium 2. It means the medium, you will put the value of speed in denominator of which medium you want to find the refractive index. आपको इसका refractive index निकालना है, आप इसकी स्पीड को अपॉन में रखोगे. And suppose you want to find the refractive index of 1 with respect to 2. You will say it will be v2 upon v1. So again, the speed of light in denominator will be of which medium? Will be of medium of which you want to find the refractive index. So now we have two relations, formula for finding the refractive index. First one is refractive index is equal to sin I upon sin R. Again, it is important that in denominator you will put the value of angle of which medium, means if you want to find the refractive index of medium 2, you will put the value of sine of this angle in denominator. And same as the refractive index is also related with the speed of the light. Okay, one more thing I am going to explain you. How can you differentiate between the rare and the denser medium? We know that the rare medium is rich in which the speed of light is greater as compared to the denser medium. So, for example, in air we know that the speed of light is 3 into 10 power 8. This is the air. This is air. And in glass, suppose the speed of light is, suppose it is 2 into 10 power 8. Suppose. So, if you want to find the refractive index of glass with respect to air, you will write it like this. It means the refractive index of glass with respect to the air. It will be equal to the speed of light in air, 3 into 10 power 8, upon the speed of light in glass. Okay, let me see what is the actual speed of light in a glass. Okay, let me check. In a glass, yeah, it is 2 into 10 power 8. So what will be the refractive index now? It will be 1.5. So it's very simple to understand that. If we are going to find the refractive index of a denser medium, it should be always greater than 1. Because we are finding the refractive index of a denser medium and we know that the speed of light in denser medium is always less. इसका मतलब क्या है कि नीचे जो वैल्यू आप रखने वाले हो ये छोटी होगी और जब ये वैल्यू छोटी होगी तो रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स विल बी ग्रेटर देन 1. It means greater this refractive index, greater you can say that medium is the denser. Suppose two medium, this is medium 1 and this is medium 2. Refractive index of this medium is 1.3 suppose and this one is 1.5. So you can say which medium is denser. The medium which has the higher refractive index will be denser as compared to this one. So you can say this is a rare medium, this is a denser medium. So it means we can identify the medium, we can identify the density of the medium by finding the refractive index of the medium. So we have some normal values of refractive index, like in air it is 1.003. How? Okay, how is it possible? Okay, I have to explain few more things about the refractive index. So I think it is clear now. Refractive index is the ratio of the sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction. And second one, refractive index is the ratio of the speed of light in two different medium. Now, we can say there are two types of refractive index. Absolute and other one is absolute and what is the name of the other one is? It is relative. Okay. Relative refractive index and the absolute refractive index. Relative refractive index. Relative refractive index means if you are going to find the refractive index of the medium with respect to any other medium other than air or vacuum. If you are finding the refractive index of a medium other than air and vacuum, it is called the relative refractive index. Suppose you are going to find the refractive index of glass with respect to water. So, refractive index of glass with respect to water. In this case, both the medium, you are comparing the glass, refractive index of glass, speed of light in glass with respect to the water, not with the air or the vacuum. So, this type of refractive index is called the relative refractive index. So, we can say it will be equal to the speed of light in water upon the speed of light in glass. Again, it is clear that of which medium you are finding the refractive index, the speed of that medium, the speed of light in that medium should be in denominator. So, this is the refractive index of glass with respect to the water. So, this type of refractive index in which we are comparing with the speed of light with other medium other than air and vacuum. This is called the relative refractive index. And other one is the absolute refractive index. Absolute refractive index. What is absolute refractive index? Absolute refractive index means if you are comparing the speed of light with the air or the vacuum, this is called the absolute refractive index. Suppose the refractive index of glass is respect to air. So in this case we do need to write the air or the vacuum. It is given that refractive index of glass. So it is understood that if we are comparing the refractive index, it means we are comparing the speed of light with the air or the vacuum. So it is equal to the speed of light in air, the speed of light in air upon the speed of light in glass. So this type of refractive index in which we are comparing the speed of light with the air, this is called the absolute refractive index. Or basically we write the absolute refractive index like this. This is the refractive index of water. It means we are comparing the speed of light of water with the air. Okay, so these are the relative and the absolute refractive index. Okay, now I am going to explain you one more numerical. Light enter from air into the glass plate having the refractive index 1.5 from air into the glass. So refractive index of glass with respect to air is 1.5. It is given. What is the speed of light in glass? It is given that the speed of light in air is equal to 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Or you can say speed of light in vacuum is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So we know the formula refractive index of glass with respect to air is equal to speed of light in air upon the speed of light in glass. Yes. So refractive index is 1.5 is equal to speed of light in air is 3 into 10 power 8 upon the speed of light in glass. So by cross multiplication method, ये यहाँ चला जाएगा और ये यहाँ आ जाएगा. So it is speed of light in glass is equal to 3 into 10 power 8 divided by 1.5. It will be 2 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Simple numerical. So this is a simple numerical based on the speed of light and the refractive index. So again, it's very important that greater the refractive index, greater the density of the medium. It will be optical denser as compared to the other one. Okay, one more question from NCERT book. What do you mean by saying that the refractive index of glass is 2.42? It is given that the refractive index of glass is 2.42. So what is the meaning of this sentence? Okay, so here I am rubbing these parts which are not important for me now. So it is given that 2.42 is the refractive index of diamond. So it means that 2.42 is equal to speed of light in air upon the speed of light in diamond. Now the speed of light in diamond is equal to the speed of light in air upon 2.42. So we can explain it in two ways. That refractive index of diamond is 2.42. It means that the ratio of speed of light in air to that of the diamond is 2.42. We can explain it by using the definition of the refractive index. Or we can also say like this. It means that the speed of light in diamond is 1 upon 2.42 times the speed of light in air. So we can explain this one in two forms. First one, this is the ratio, or second one we can find the how times the speed of diamond, how times the speed of light in diamonds as compared to the air. So this is a question from NCERT book. Okay. I'm going to explain you the relation between the refractive index of one medium to 2 and refractive index of two medium with respect to 1. Suppose this is a medium 1 and this is a medium 2 and the light goes through this medium 1 into the medium 2 like this. Speed V1 and speed V2. So the refractive index of 2 with respect to 1 is equal to V1 upon V2. Again, we are interchanging the medium. This is medium 2 and this is medium 1. And the light passes from this to this, like this. Okay, sorry. Since medium 2 is denser, so it will bend away from the normal, like this. And thus we know that the speed of light do not changes. In medium 1 it will be V1 and in medium 2 it will be V2. So refractive index of 1 with respect to 2, it is equal to V2 upon V1. The medium of which you want to find the refractive index, you will write the speed of light in that medium in denominator. So, by multiplying equation 1 and equation 2, you will get refractive index 2 with respect to 1 multiply refractive index 1 with respect to 2 is equal to V1 upon V2 multiplied with the V2 upon V1. These values cancel out and we get refractive index of 2 with respect to 1 multiply 1 with respect to 2 is equal to how much? It is 1. Or we can say the refractive index of 2 with respect to 1 is reciprocal the refractive index of 1 with respect to 2. So this is a relation. If you have the refractive index of glass with respect to air, you can easily find the refractive index of air with respect to glass by reciprocal the value. So okay, this is about the refractive index. Or in any doubt, in case of any doubt, you can ask me in your Zoom classes about the refractive index. So this is all about the refractive index. In next classes, I will explain you the reflection of the light through the lenses. We have two lenses, the concave and the convex lenses. First of all, we will explain. I will explain you how can we form the images by using the lenses, and then I will explain you the numericals based on these lenses. Okay, bye.